Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, kindly please do the roll call if there's a quorum.
Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer for the 1st District Councilors. Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George S. Goking, Honorable Jose Pepe S. Abud Jr., Honorable Malvern E. Esparcia. For the 2nd District Councilors, Honorable Ibona Yasini B. Imano, on leave, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Jolene Mercedes Elbalaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Idiar S. Cabanlas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Achas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam S. Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael L. Seno, City SK Federation President Teres Coro, Madam Presiding Officer.
Nakumpirma na ng ating kalihim ng lungsod ang pagkakaroon ng quorum. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, councilors, our televiewers, kagayanons, our friends from media. Good afternoon. So I'd like also to acknowledge my son who is here watching me today, Angelo. Angelo, please rise naman. Yes, he is here to witness how his mom does the plenary session. Somehow, I would like also to request our majority, kagalang-galang na majority floor leader, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. You are recognized.
Salamat, maraming salamat, kagalang-galang Vice Mayor na Presiding Officer. Sa mga kasama kong konsehalis sa City Council, mga bisita natin nandiyan ngayon sa gallery, mga membro ng media, mga kapatid nating Cagayan, nanonood ngayon sa kanilang mga social media outlets. Magandang hapon sa lahat. Madam Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous session of the 20th City Council and consider the furnishing of the copies of the minutes as reading itself.
Mayroong nagmosyon, may nais po mga lawa. Mayroong tumututol, walang tututol, motion aprobado.
Move to approve the minutes of the last meeting of the City Council.
Mayroong nagmosyon, may nais po mga lawa. Wala akong narinig na nagtututol. Walang tututol. Motion ay inaprubahan. Actually, I'm trying to speak in Tagalog. I was also told na to speak in Tagalog kahit until masanay.
Oh. But this would be the last, I think. Ito ang kaulian na sesyon ng City Council na Tagalog ang gagamitin natin sa medium.
Bakit? Meron na?
I think it's only good for 1 month.
At tapos na? So,
Because
hindi na.
next Monday, sa sunod na Monday, Hunyo na eh.
Hindi
Hunyo na.
Hindi na magtagalog.
Pwede rin, pero hindi na kailangan magtagalog. Then, what language you are convenient with, then you can use
Bakit?
it here.
Isang buwan lang binigay?
Yes. Oo.
Ay, mabuti na lang. Ang hirap. Hirap talaga. Okay. Salamat.
Anyway, Madam Chair, before we go to the special reports portion, we have here a visitor from Patag, Cagayan de Oro City, who is running as a candidate for Mr. Cagayan de Oro International. Ang gusto lang niya, makita siya, mapresentar niya ang kanyang sarili sa atin.
Okay.
At kung may awa tayo,
Ano? Ano?
parang
Ano
nakaintindi
maawa
na eh.
Bakit tayo maawa? Gwapo ba? Awa tayo.
Wala ba rin?
Wala pa? Coming.
The one waving his hand is the father, so...
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
So,
Gwapo
proceed.
din ang papa. Gwapo.
Yeah.
Oo. Gwapo din siya.
So, ngayon, Madam Chair,
Teka, ano ba yun? Maawa tayo?
mawa tayo. Kung mawa tayo, maghingi siya mag-solicit siya
Nang ano?
support, financial support. galing sa
Okay,
atin.
okay. Sige.
So, pero walang awa ito eh.
Okay.
Anyway, we proceed with the special reports portion, and
Okay.
there are three honorable members of the City Council who would like, gusto nilang mag-presentar ng kanilang special
Salubin.
reports. Ang una, Madam Chair, ay si Consihal Romeo B. Calizo. Siyang tatakayin niya ang
Talakain.
tatalakain. Kain. Huwag na lang. Ang dalhin niya na mga issues dito sa City Council saka sa Cagayan de Oro ay ang issue and concerns of the members of the Philippine Veterans Association in Cagayan de Oro City.
Okay.
The second reporter, kalawang reporter ay si Consihal Roger Abaday, at siya ang magre-report sa atin kung bakit mayroon pang isang malaking building diyan na mayroong mga 80 ka classrooms diyan sa City Central School na hindi ginagamit hanggang ngayon. So, it's a waste of public property.
Okay.
Ang ikatlo ay si Consihal Ian Mark Nakaya, at ang gusto niyang ipaalam sa atin is about metropolization. Hindi ko matagalog yan, metropolization.
Hirap yan.
Mahirap yan. So, ganyan ang sequence. May I request, Madam Chair, na kikilahanin ninyo si Consihal Romeo Calizo sa special report niya.
Okay, salamat ka. Kagalang-galang Romeo Calizo, ikaw ay na-recognize.
Marami pong salamat, kagalang-galang na pinunong namamahala sa pagtitipon ng ika-20 sangguniang panlunsod.
The best yan siya sa Tagalog.
Isang malaking kagalakan na aking i-represent ang isang bagay na nais malaman ng ating sanggunian na nakakabuti sa kalagayan ng ating mga veterano dito sa Cagayan de Oro. And since the references, Madam Chair, are explicitly written in English, and it takes a hard time for me to translate it to Filipino, may I request that I be allowed to do my presentation in multilingual naman. Okay. And before I proceed, may I first greet, of course, our Honorable Chair, the Honorable Vice Mayor Jocelyn Rodriguez, my colleagues in this 20th City Council, and our guest. Of course, I got information that the one representing Cagayan de Oro in the Mr. International is from Barangay Patag, and it's really my pleasure and honor. It's my pride to also have the feel of a parent having a son that is representing our city. Nakita ko rito kanina mukhang sino ba yung father? Si
Yeah.
Alan Sambaan, yung dating administrador po ng Barangay Patag.
Yeah.
And I'd like this early to congratulate Alan Sambaan for that feat, being a father of a representative to international competition. Now, my special report, Madam Chair, is all about a benefit that's supposed to be received by our veterans. Sa mga nakalinya, as provided for by national law, isa lang naman yung kanilang hinihiling, Madam Chair. And that is, yun pong burial benefits, memorial benefits na andyan sa ating batas na dapat nilang matanggap. And I can cite several references to come up on how this evolved, Madam Chair. And this burial benefit is supposed to be received, yun pong mga naiwan ng namatay na veterano. Hindi naman po yung veterano kasi siya patay naman. So, mga naiwan po ang tatanggap, supposed to be. And the first reference is Republic Act 6948, which provides in subparagraph 3C of the Republic Act, there ought to be burial benefits to be received by those left behind by a dead veteran. Now, the problem with this Republic Act, Madam Chair, the definition is only true for the World War veterans. So, dito po sa Cagayan de Oro, imposible na makakatanggap yung mga veterans dahil wala nang naiwan po sa mga World War II veterans dito sa Cagayan de Oro. And because of this, in 2007, because this Republic Act was way back 1990, now during the incumbency as president of then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, this was amended by Republic Act 9396, redefining the term veteran, and this now includes rather the post-war veterans as beneficiaries of this benefit, Madam Chair. And so, if you say post-war veterans, they have redefined it that they should have served at least 20 years of service and were honorably separated from the service. So with these references, Madam Chair, the City of Cagayan de Oro has come up with the first ordinance that was in 2006, which is an ordinance granting burial assistance to veterans, establishing guidelines, therefore, and for other purposes. But again, the reference of this first ordinance was the 1990 Republic Act 6948, Madam Chair. And so, because this has become a glitch on the part of the management here in Cagayan de Oro, they amended the same ordinance with Ordinance 10597/2007, which now deleted the first two sections of the definition, that is that the veteran should be to be veterans of World War, and that the veteran was born before 1935. Madam Chair, if you say born before 1995, 1935, nobody's alive here now among the veterans here in the city. And so this now corrected the glitch on the previous ordinance, and therefore, with this, the post-war veterans, as long as they're qualified, should be recipients of the burial assistance. And with this, the city have come up with a document including that assistance in the budget, in the annual budget. And this was appropriated way back 2007, Madam Chair. But when I ask, because for the past 3 weeks, about 11 veterans died. And they went to my office seeking assistance on how they can avail of this burial assistance. But I said, you go to the CSWT because in paragraph C of section 3 of the 2007 ordinance, it says the management of the burial assistance shall be given to the CSWD, the City Social Welfare Department, Madam Chair. But for the so many instances where these veterans went to the same office, ang mga tubag mauni. Wala may ordinansa nga ingon ana. Ang second nga tubag, wa mami kabalo ana. Now, they said, they sought the help of our Philippine Veterans Affairs Office here in the region, which is located in Camp Evangelista here in Patag. And sila mismo na ang nag-adto dito sa CSWD, but to no avail, Madam Chair. So this now is an indication that first, there appears to be an ignorance on the part of the management of this budget. They do not know how to dispense of this budget to favor the request of the veterans, Madam Chair. Second, is this not a display of incompetence on part of local government? Ignorance of their responsibility, Madam Chair. And third, since 2007, the budget, the fund is included in the annual budget. So, where have all these funds gone then? Napa ko na nag-ingon dito, adtuin dito sa Office of the Senior Citizens Affairs.
That's different.
Madam Chair, not all veterans are senior citizens. There are veterans who are 45 years old. There are veterans who are 50 years old. Not all of them are senior citizens. And vice versa. Not all senior citizens are veterans. And so, my point is, what is this for? Is this just and our veterans know about the ordinance here in the city, and they know that they ought to receive this benefits because this is part of our annual budget. So, for this to be answered, Madam Chair, kay kinimanggod sa Cagayan de Oro, tinuod lang, swerte lang ta. Kay the headquarters of division is here. And that's why we're spared by the threats of first insurgency during earlier times. We were spared with the threats of terrorism, and we were spared of the threats of lawless violence. Unlike in other big cities just like Jensan, Cotabato, Zamboanga, Davao, they all suffered the after effects of these threats, Madam Chair. Dinimanggod sa una, I was here assigned way back in 1983 and towards 1990, threatened beta, ganito, sa mga urban partisans, they call it this power unit. But since there was an integrated effort of the intelligence, the police, and since the division quarters was here, or is here even now, we were spared of the threats, Madam Chair. So, it appears nga, kita manggod wa, na naka-experience niini, murag di yun na to ma-feel ang importansya sa mga veterano. So, for these questions to be answered, Madam Chair, may I refer this to the committee on, to the appropriate committee, maybe the Committee on Social Services. Thank you. Social Welfare, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. So this will be referred to the Committee on Social Welfare, to Council Services, to Councilor Joylene Balaba, Actually, senior citizens have their own. They were given, those who died, senior citizens are really given what is the benefits that they get. Hopefully, we can be very specific on these veterans nga mahatag yun nila kay Luoy Mampod. Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Yes, let's proceed.
So the next reporter is Councilor Roger Abaday.
Kagalang-galang, Roger Abaday, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat, namumunong opisyal, Vice Alcalde Jocelyn Bibot Rodriguez, pinuno ng karamihan sa sahig, kagalang-galang Edgar Cabanlas, majority floor. That is the interpretation of goggles.
Lagi, Flormon, di sahig, di ba?
Ang lahat ng nakatingin at nakikinig sa ating sesyon ngayon, magandang hapon sa lahat. Alam ko na ito na ang pinakahuli nating sesyon na salita tayo ng Pilipino. Kaya nga, ubusin ko ng Tagalog ko. Kung,
Totoo? Lang? Totoo yan, lang.
ubusin ko na.
Isagarin mo na. Isagad mo na. Tagalog mo.
Sagulan ko lang. Sagulan. Sasagulan ko lang ng Bisaya o Ingles. Anyway, ang aking ulat ngayon ay galing sa reklamo ng mga magulang at mga graduates or alumnus sa City Central School. I do not know if this reads, so hindi ko alam kung nakarating nito sa ating chairman sa education, no? Tungkol sa 52 gusali, ano yung 52, 52 gusali, classroom nga gusali, silid, gano'n. Anyway, daming terminology, basta gamito. So, 52 classrooms, and one multi-purpose building kining quadrangulo diya sa Central School. Hanggang ngayon, hindi yun nagamit. Stand, idol, and white elephant. No? So, if we recall, yung building na yon, yung gusali na yon, ito ang nasunog during the time of administration of the late Mayor Dongkoy Imano. And after that, the city has appropriated an amount of 30 million pesos for retroplating sa kana nga building. So, after that, ang UBO has certified that okay na. Nandiyan ba? Ito na, ito na sunog. So, okay na pagkatapos ng retroplating, certified ang UBO, the city engineer now, Engineer Mumungan, okay na recommendation nga pwede na magamit. But unfortunately, during the time of the past Mayor Oscar Moreno, did not allow it, hindi niya ipagamit, for reason nga hindi raw unsafe sa mga estudyante at sa mga gumagamit niyang ngayong nagusali. Now, mayroong team na galing sa DPWH at sa UP experts nag-conduct ng study as to the density and the hardness of that building. Until now, wala pang result. So, ang Cagayan de Oro ay renowned to be a champion of education. So dapat we have to maintain or if not, we have to improve. Kailangan natin ang mga classroom. Alam ba ninyo na according to the parents, mga parents, ang magklase dyan, half-day lang dahil kulang ng classroom. At saka, kung mayroon silang mga activities like murals, like graduation, isa pa, doon sila gagamit sa ibang lugar, magbayad pa sila sa mga malls at saka anong lugar. Yung parents at saka estudyante magbayad, mag-contribute. And then, kaning mga alumnos who used to be holding their sports and kining reunions, diya sila sa quadrangle. And now, they felt that they felt that the BAT building were left out for as a priority for the city. So wala na silang kaya nga sabi nila, imagine for more than 10 years it's hindi nagamit. Ang naghahanap pa nga tayo ng lupa at saka building para to build the school, and then naana diya wala pa na wala pa na to we do not utilize that building or school, no? So kaya nga to take advantage of that in order that magamit yung mga facilities na yan para sa ating mga estudyante for the convenience of mga teachers o sa mga estudyante para maka-regular na ilang to hold classes. I would like to the administration of Mayor Orlando Clarixoy, I know that is one of his priority. I would like to refer this problem to the Committee on Engineering and Structures and Education, so that we have, if not if unsafe or not, at least we have to address, or as City Council, as the holder of the force, we can locate a budget for that matter para magamit natin yung gusali at saka yung lugar na yan sa City Central School. Wala matakot yung magreklamo yung mga guro diyan dahil they are afraid of repercussion, baka ma-reassign sila Kaya nga dinala ko yan dito para we can be able to address it, to make it that place to be used by our students and other purposes, not only for education but other purposes. Maraming pong salamat.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abada. Yes, refer to talagang sayang, no? Kung makikita yung building, sayang. Dapat magamit yun kasi may pwede naman siya,
That is the quadrangle.
Di ba? Ang center, tsaka yung sides, classrooms.
Yeah.
Oo. So, yes, Councilor Suset Daba?
That's City Central School, Madam Chair, not
City
East. Yeah, it's. I thought you said a while ago East. It's City Central School. Yes, actually we visited with former Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Cherime Limbaco during the opening of classes, Madam Chair. In fact, a portion of that, the amount was already paid to the previous contractor, but then there was a report that it's not safe to be used, and we're still waiting for the results, Madam Chair. We need to, of course, make sure that when students use that building, especially there's a lot of number of students per classroom, considering the population, Madam Chair, we have to make sure that it's really safe for them to use the said building. Because there were some issues in the past regarding the repair of the building when it was burned. So I would just like to refer this, of course, to the local school board, because the budget which was used for the construction of the said building was from the Special Education Fund. So it's the local school board who will act on this, of course, so that the co-chair of the local school board is the Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Chair. So
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Suset Daba. When was the last time that this was inspected? And how long will it take for us to get an answer coming from the ones who inspected?
actually, it was from UP, no? And
When was that?
DPWH. After the administration, during and after during the administration of the late Mayor Vicente Emano, and after also, but up to now,
Wala pa gyapon.
wala pa gihapon, and I think wala pa gihapon na bayaran ang katong contractor, and I think there's something to do with COA. No, COA needs to lift pa the I think there's a question on COA, Madam Chair, but I'm not really very sure. I haven't seen the papers or the documents issued by COA, but it's still questionable, Madam Chair.
Okay.
So we will refer this to the local
Yes,
school board.
yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Councilor Suzette Dabay. Yes, Councilor Bernie Sparcia, you recognize?
Magandang hapon, Madam Chair, sa lahat. Magandang hapon. Madam Chair, just want to clarify, yung 30 million para sa retrofitting na human, tama? So, 30 million na. So pasabot ang naitabo ron, bisan pa man sa repair nga 30 million, gideclare gyapon nga unsafe siya? Tama, just want to clarify, Mr. Chair, or
Yes, Councilor Roger Baday.
According to OBO, after the retrofitting, they certified that it is already safe for use.
Oh.
Pwede na magamit, pero
okay.
during the time of past Mayor Scarmorino, he did not allow it because for reason that it was unsafe. So,
Wait, so ang OBO ni certify, sorry Madam Chair, Madam Chair, so gi-certify nga pwede na, tapos ni-certify na po sila balik nga dili di ay, or si Mayor lang ang niingon nga unsafe. I just want to clarify this, Madam Chair.
that is why there was a team, the PWH and UP
Okay.
expert, who conducted a study on the density and the hardiness sa kanang building dia.
So silang ni-declare nga di unsafe siya.
Wala pa yung result. There is
Wala pa result.
There was no-
Wala po nibawi ang OBO nga, sorry, among gibawi, dili pa day safe. Wala po yung final. Basta kay ang last, ang OBO ni certify. So, I was just asking, Madam Chair, kay kung ingana, tapos nag-budget dili day siya safe, sa ako lang ning opinion, murag may problema sa kontraktor sa pag-build sa maong building. Kay ni kwan man taan nga amount, tapos pag ando di ay dili day siya safe. So medyo atong balikan ang kontraktor na, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Bernie Sparcia. Yes, Councilor Michael Seno, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to my fellow colleagues of the 28th City Council, friends from the media, fellow Cagayanons. Thank you for that report, Councilor Roger Abaday. Kung ako lang balikan na Madam Presiding Officer, no, base sa atuang pagkiginabi sa atuang Office of the Building Official, OIC Engineer Mumungan, ang naitabuan na way back before, nasunog na siya na mo na building. Then after pagkasunog, na ay nakitaan ng mga cracks. Motong himo og team, no, ang city engineers, office of the building official, para mag-conduct og inspection. After which, they have recommended nga i-retrofit ang maong building. So, lakto na pagka-istorya, gi-retrofit nila. Now, after retrofitting, naman yun na ginatawag ang ato ang mga engineers kanang hammer test. O i-test ang strength sa maong building. Kada columns, beams, na sa specific nga strength para makakaya bag inani kadaghan nga tao, inani kabugat. Motong gisulti ka ganina ni Councilor Roger Abaday nga naay certification sa OBO tungod sa rason nga nakapasar man ang hammer test ni ana. Sobra pagali ang gikinahanglan dapat nga strength. Galing lang, Madam Presiding Officer, kay naay comment kung wa ko masayop base sa ako ang nakuha nga information ang DPWH. Kay kung sa ilaha pa daw na wala daw na nila gi-retrofit, ila daw gibungkag ang maong building. Muna siya ang nag-cause karon og trouble nga gadwa-duwa ang DepEd. Kay ingon natong city engineers og OBO, pwede pa man i-retrofit. Ingon po ng DPWH, gibungkag unta ninyo na. Unya, plus that the previous administration is looking forward sa katong ginatawag natong Oro Central. Nga kana siya maapektuhan unta. Muna nga mas maayo ni nga para matuki gyud karon, para nga ang estudyante po nato diya sa City Central School matagaan sa kasiguraduhan o matulutimbang pag-ayos atong engineers, no? Mo man ni nakadaot magyud Madam Presiding Officer, pareho ro sila mga engineer, pero lailahi sila og pagsabot. Pwede ingon ang DPWH, dili pwede ingon ang DPWH. Abot pud sa atong city engineers ug ubo, pwede. Pero as of now, naistorya nako si Engineer Mumungan, bago lang yun. And akong gustong ga-recall ng mga information. So inana ang nahitabo sa ato ang classrooms diya sa may City Central, including ang kanang gymnasium nila. Madam Presiding Officer. Posible siguro nga nadilatar lang na tungod kay naman to'y plano kaniadto ang Oro Central. Pero karon we will revisit as prayed by the good reporter para nga matan-aw po nato matagaan sa kaygayunan ng atong mga kabatanunan nga dili na yung taon magkuot sa usa ka classroom.
Okay.
Daghang salamat. Just ang information lang akong gusto ipaabot, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay.
Salamat kayo og maayong hapon.
Thank you very much, Councilor Michael Seno. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith.
Ating kagalang-galang na Vice Alcalde ng ating lungsod at saka mga kagalang-galang na mga kasamahan ko sa 20 sangguniang panlungsod ng ating lungsod Cagayan de Oro. Ang pangutana lang, Madam Chair, mao na lang ni, simple. Ikaw man ang nagbungat ani Consel Roger Abaday, so ang ako lang gusto ang katubagan sa mga pangutana mao nga sa panahon nga giimplementar ang bidding niini sa panahon di ba ni kanhi Mayor Dongko Imano? Kung ya sa panahon na sabot pasabot, nagbidding na dito, na-approve na, mao na na-implementar, mao na bali ang pagsugod sa construction sa maong Gambalay. Ang pangutana karon sa kinsa na nga administrasyon nga nahuman o natibawas ang maong proyekto.
It was finished during the time of Mayor Emano, but at the assumption of Mayor Moreno, I did not allow it to be used as school or school purposes.
O ang pangutana kay nagbungat man pod ni Konsehal Suset Daba ganiya, Madam Chair, napabagya po nagpabilin ang budget nga adto kung pananglit nga tiwason bali nato sa ipapadayon bali ang kontraktor atong masettle unsa matong mga isyu sa maong kontraktor. Mo na ikaduha nga pangutana gusto
Councilor
na po,
Suset.
Madam Chair, kang Konsehal Suset Daba.
Can you answer?
Napabagya po namang pundo kung atong ipapadayon kay gi-approve man nato.
Do we still have, who is going to answer? Do we
Ako
still,
si
yes,
Suset.
Councilor Suset Daba, please.
Madam Chair, the budget is Special Education Fund, which is, of course, it's the local school board who is in control of the said budget, Madam Chair. And we have already approved several projects for this year. And I think it won't be hard to provide or allocate budget for the previous projects for as long as wala na isabit, Madam Chair.
So this is not, this was not budgeted for this year. Wala gyud.
For this year, no.
Wala.
There's no budget
Okay.
for
So
this.
ang kung gusto na ko masayran ang mechanics ni Konsehal Suset, kung ang katubad budget naggahin adto, nagpabilin pa bagyapon to siya or gibalik na siya. Kaya wa man ka nang nagamit.
Councilor Michael
Mo
Seno,
na kung
yes,
gusto
please
masayran.
answer.
Sa akong kalamdagan o sa atong katawhan.
Nagamit naman ka sa retrofitting.
Nagamit na ba kasi
Yeah.
ito fitting?
Ako na lang magtubag, Councilor So. Sa akong pagsabot manggod sa budget, there are two types of budget. There are continuing appropriation o napoy kana lang nga tuig nimo nga pag-allocate.
So ang sa kana lang nga allocation.
That's not a continuing appropriation. However, the local school board can always do the
Yes.
supplemental budget if they wanted to. But what is important here is that the classrooms will be used for the children.
Yes.
Let's forget about the payment of the contractor. Let's see first that our students have a good classrooms nga kana bang dili pud delikado. Kay at the end of the day, if the contractor would seek now the 50%, kay ang 50% sa akong nasabtan na bayran naman, ang 50%
May
wala
wala
pa lang
pa.
gibayran because there are comments ang DPWH nga dapat unta nga dili gamiton.
Okay.
So right after na lang ana siguro, Madam Presiding
Sige.
Officer, for I know for the fact that the wisdom of the good reporter that the classrooms will be used for our children. Right after of that, then let's just talk on the payment. That's a problem of the
Yeah,
local
yeah,
school
yeah.
board.
Then you can, this can be referred to your committee, infrastructure. Okay, are you satisfied?
Asin na dito na lang na, Madam Chair, sa katong
When,
committee
when
ba?
they will be conducting the
Yes,
the
Madam. Kaya
committee
bagay-bagan pa kaya ang
on
mga issue
infra.
sana nga na napalayon ta.
Probably you can
Wala
attend the
naman
committee hearing o Councilor Michael Seno.
Yes,
and
Madam
address
Chair.
your question.
Yes,
Yes,
salamat.
Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you're recognized.
Mo tan academic na ako muntang suggestion would be to refer this matter to the proper committees, which you have already mentioned, so that all these questions can be
Yeah.
answered.
Okay.
This is not the proper forum to answer all these questions.
Okay.
Kaya pulos pa ni mga pangutana, hindi sila kibalo.
And also the committee on, please include Committee on Education, Councilor Suset Daba. Okay. Yes.
So,
The third,
the third reporter is Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya.
Councilor Kagalang-galang Ian Mark Nakaya, ikaw ay recognized.
Thank you for the recognition, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader, colleagues, and fellow Cagayanans. Just this morning, we have a brief conversation with Councilor General Romeo Calizo as regards the intentions of the city government of Cagayan de Oro when the City Council in the 2017 passed several resolutions and invited even the Mindanao Development Authority and held the fora sponsored by the National Economic Development Administration, NEDA, to a discussion that would propel the intention of the Cagayanons to have this metropolization of the city, Madam Presiding Officer, together with the contiguous jurisdictions in the Misamis Oriental and Bukidnon. Both the City Council and the Executive then managed to introduce to NEDA. In fact, NEDA budgeted 81 million pesos to bid out the design and the plan of this Metro Cagayan de Oro. There were several discussions at the level of the executive, then City Mayor Moreno, and those architects and engineers from Manila who won the bidding of that 81 million, Madam Presiding Officer. However, COVID has, of course, halted all face-to-face conferences and meetings. And up to the present, I do not know, because I also, up to now, I chair the Committee on Planning and Development, but there's no invitation to further discussions of this, the design and the plan for Metro CDO. The intention of the Philippine Development Plan, which was enacted during the previous administration of President Digong, which was well pronounced that Cagayan de Oro City, together with the municipalities and cities included in this Metro Cagayan de Oro, was supposed to be structured in 2025. And we are now nearing to 2025, and there is no concrete step yet for this Metro CDO be in a solid form and substance and structure. If we cannot federalize the Philippines, why not the metropolization, so that there would be a facility and avenue for discussion for contiguous areas which may be in conflict with some issues on sanitations and other forms of advancement that may be required for a developing area like Cagayan de Oro, Madam Presiding Officer. And so, in the last quarter of 2022, I have had a little chat with the Regional Director of NEDA. And I introduced to her a return to table discussion, perhaps and she can address the city council once we call her attention and invite her to a forum such as our plenary session. Maybe perhaps we can be abreast of what's the update of Metro Cagayan de Oro. My proposal is simple. We invite the NEDA Regional Director to the next regular session or the following sessions that may be allowed under the rules, maybe through the facilitation of the Committee on Laws and Rules, through the City Secretary, Turks, so that we can sit down, not sit down, but a plenary discussion with her as regards the 81 million which is supposed to bring about the plan and the design for Metro CDO, and how soon we can address the call that we stand proud that Cagayan de Oro would be the fourth metropolitan in the entire archipelago. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Martacaya. Yes, we have to invite Director of NIDA. Next week, Majority Floor Leader.
Turks, are we available next week? Okay.
Okay lang,
So,
next week.
okay, next
Okay, let us invite Director of NIDA to be in the plenary. So there will be no special report
week.
by
Next
then.
report,
Yeah.
except for the invited guest.
Sa sunod pa,
Sunod
not
pa.
this coming Monday. Okay, let us proceed. Majority Floor Leader.
This coming Monday,
Why?
June 5, not the next pa.
No, June 5.
June 5,
Yeah.
because there is no session
Huh?
in the second week of June, but we will announce that next session.
Okay. Okay, it's going to be next week.
Yeah, it's going to be
Uh-uh.
next week, not
Yeah.
the week after.
Okay.
So, Madam Chair, we proceed to the business of the day.
We have
Yes,
Majority Floor Leader. Do we have our visitor now?
yes. Our visitor is Alan Roy Rojas Hambaan II.
The second.
He's
Is he
from,
here?
Patag.
Yeah, let us.
He's now
Do we
present.
have to,
He would like to present himself to the City Council.
Yeah, let's do the recess muna.
Recess, Madam Chair.
Okay, recess. 5-minute recess.
Ano,
Suspend.
istorya mo siya. So, move to suspend the rules.
Okay, suspend the rules. Gwapo sa da.
Kailangan ba magtagal?
Ang papa, gwapo sa. Hi, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Your Honor. So I am Alan Roy R. Samban II, and I am a 20-year-old student from Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan. Currently, I have been chosen to represent Cagayan de Oro in the Mr. International Philippines 2023 in June of this year. And the pageant and coronation night will last from June 18 to June 28 at Resorts World Manila. So the Mr. International Philippines organization will only shoulder my plane fare and hotel accommodation. But we all know in these activities, there are other essential expenses. With this, I wish to ask for your support, both morally and financially, because my family, particularly my parents, are not prepared right now with these kind of expenses. And I also need them to be there with me at least in the final days of my competition. So, akong ma-reassure sa inyo na maningkamot ako, magkakahatag dungog puhon sa atong takbayan, apan ginikinganlan ko gayod ang inyong dagkong tabang. Hoping for your favorable response, dagang salamat, more power, God bless. Respectfully, Alan Roy Rojas Sambaan II.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan Roy Sambaan Jr., right?
Yes, po, Your
The
Honor.
second. Yes. Okay, we have listened to the candidate, and we are really, we look forward that he will make it to the Mr. International. Yes. So,
Okay.
yung Tagalog mo, gamitin mo.
Okay
Kanina,
na.
Kanina, yung Tagalog mo, gamitin mo na yon.
Kanina?
Oo.
Okay.
Maawa ka.
So, ang hingi,
Ani? Okay. Okay.
ang,
Good.
ay ang tulong natin.
Tulong.
Yan.
Yan. Yan. Tama. Tulong.
Hindi awa. So, ang tulong natin.
Okay.
Para magamit niya pagpunta ng Maynila, mga
Okay.
gastos niya doon. Sabi niya dito, yung parents niya hindi walang kaya na to para but I don't think so that the father is cannot afford to 100% support the child. But anyway, so Madam Chair, kailangan niya ang ating tulong.
Okay.
Tutulungan natin siya. Pero medyo
Yes, Councilor Roger Baday, magtagalog ka.
Tanungin ko lang yung Mr. Sir Alan Roy Roas, no? Tambaan. Kung anong talent mo ipakita doon sa para ma-sure natin.
Ano siguro Councilor, depende sa kung unsay pangayon sa kuha dito. Kaya ipakita kung unsay pangayon sa kuha.
Correct. Oo. Sayaw, kanta, di ba? Oo.
Your Honor.
Oo. So anyway, thank you very much, no? Send letters to the councilors. And I have mine already here.
Okay po.
Nana sa inyo. So tulungan natin, no? Si Alan Sambaan Jr. Oo.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you po.
Royce. Thank you.
so
Picture muna. Yeah, sabi ni Jay. Picture muna. Jay, lika na. Lagi. Tayong lahat. Ayun na, dyan na kayo. One minute recess. Okay. Recess ka. Dito. Makita ka. Royce. Oh. Papa.
Legal delay yung mag-control.
Dire ka, Jay. Jay, come here. Dire ka. Sa... Ang gihapon. Alisa. Sa iya. Sikat to pa dire. Sige, pikas. Dito. Papa, palihog papa dire. Ito mo to, pati ba? Yes. I-follow up lang ni. Ingon ta ka. Ingon na si Councilor Girlie, asa iyakan. Lagi, sige na. Yay! Yeah. Papa! Sa iya, pwede. Dara, may mong letter. Ikaw, naranin mo. Dili, sa iya yun, na may cell number. Dito. Oh, Lan. Sige lamang. Okay naman. Lan. Alan.
So I move to lift the
Session resume.
Okay na. Motion to lift for suspension.
Session resume.
Business of the day. Let's proceed.
Okay.
Number 1 is proposed resolution 2023-395 confirming the appointment of Dr. Efren G. Celeste as City Government Department Head 2 of the City Health Insurance Office with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Dr. Celeste is here, Madam Chair.
Yes, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Celeste.
May I request that the rules be suspended to allow Dr. Celeste
Okay, rules suspended.
to
Doctor,
before us.
speech daw ka, Doc. Congratulations, Doc.
Madam Chair, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor, Honorable Vice Mayor Bebot Rodriguez, Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, and then Honorable members of the 20th City Council, maayong hapon sa tanan.
Ngayong hapon.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Efren G. Celeste, a doctor of medicine by profession, been in the city government for over 30 years. And the city health office where I came from has given me the responsibility to work particularly at the community level as a medical officer. And I've been very supportive of the PhilHealth since its implementation at the city health office. And Dr. Kagawad Malugani can attest to that.
Yeah.
Yes. On July of 2022, the Honorable Mayor appointed me to manage the City Health Insurance Office as OIC in an acting capacity. Our office provides the people of Cagayan de Oro City financial access to a quality healthcare services via enrollment at the Universal Healthcare Program. Our office is also the logistics and resource center, especially during COVID days. And until now, kay napamantay COVID, nagyapon mi as a logistic support center. So without further, I would like to thank the City Mayor and the Honorable members of the 20th City Council for the conferment puhon of my appointment.
Congratulations, Doc. Congratulations. Actually, I've been working with him also when I was in my Kapitan years. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, Councilor Attorney Abo, yes.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. And I've come to know Dr. Celeste because he is also the assigned medical doctor in our barangay,
Yeah.
Barangay Bulwa, during the COVID days. And I have seen him work tirelessly, not only for the constituent in Barangay Bulwa, but as well as to the entire people of Cagayan de Oro. And I believe, and I am sure as well, that my colleagues would not have any further question after this of his conferment.
Thank you. Actually, Dr. Celeste, when he was still with Barangay Nasser, very compassionate, very dedicated, sincere doctor. Mao na nga believe gyud ko ani niya. Dr. Celeste. Yes, daghan lagi mo masturya. Pero wala pa katawag ka. Sige lang, Councilor Chair, sige.
Attest, no?
With the candidate fans.
Because Dr. Celeste was assigned also during my incumbency as barangay captain. Long been serving in Barangay
Yes,
Sagat.
yes.
I highly commend his
Yes.
services to the people.
Yes, thank you. Kisa pa to, Councilor, kanisa, Councilor Michael Seno, you raise your hand? Wala na. Councilor Lourdes Gahani, yes.
As chair of the Committee on Health and Nutrition, I highly recommend Dr. Efren Celeste. Considering na he has been with the city government for 30 years and over 30 years, and I can attest when I was the first CHIO last 2013, I can attest Dr. Celeste's pagtrabaho kay nakita ko he was behind me during the implementation of PhilHealth programs. Congratulations, Dr. Efren.
Yes. Councilor Michael Seno.
For educational purposes, Madam Presiding
Yes.
Officer, what's the job or the work of CHIO? This, the City Health Office.
Yes, Dr. Celeste can answer that.
Our task in the office is to provide the people of Cagayan de Oro City a financial access through quality healthcare services by enrolling them to the universal healthcare. Mauna siya atong trabaho.
Yeah, okay.
In return, natay refund ana sa PhilHealth.
Yeah. Okay.
Maka-benefits ang government o ang mga workers.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for that
Yes.
information, Madam Presiding
Okay.
Officer. Considering nga mas magulang pa gyud siya na pagtrabaho din sa City Hall
Uy, dugay na gid. Oh.
kaysa sa akong edad. Subot pa
Gamay pa kato.
Wa pa ko mataw.
Wa pa ka natawo.
Wa pa ko mataw, Madam Presiding
Trabahanti
Officer.
Yeah.
ako City
I saw Dr. Celeste also working, no?
Yes.
Kakakita nato in fact even sa City Hall and sa serbisyo sa baryo nga naapod siya.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for that, for your effort for the people of Cagayan de Oro, and especially those who are in needs that you could be really of help to them. Thank you
Okay.
so much. And,
Thank you very much, Councilor Michael Seno. Yes. Are we going to have,
Move to suspend. Move to lift the suspension of the rules.
Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve the proposed resolution number 2023-395.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to dispense. Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 2, proposed resolution 2023-396, returning to Barangay Council of Barangay 8, the city, its ordinance number 1, series of 2023, covering its annual budget for CY 2023 with an estimated income of 3,426,641 pesos, with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 3, proposed resolution number 2023-397, adopting the order of the Committee
Councilor,
on
Majority Floor Leader, would you like Sir Turks to read?
Turks, up to 4.
Okay.
For omnibus approval items 3 and 4. Item 3 is proposed resolution number 2023-397, adopting the order of the Committee on Ethics and Blue Ribbon on BR case number 2022-11 entitled Mr. and Mrs. D. Wow, complainants versus Punong Barangay Pedro Di Baliti, Barangay Kauswagan, respondent, for grave misconduct, grave dishonesty, and grave abuse of authority in fencing permit application of their residence. Dismissing the said case due to the ex parte motion to dismiss filed by the complainants. For item 4, proposed resolution number 2023-398, adopting the order of the Committee on Ethics and Blue Ribbon on BR case number 2023-05 entitled Mr. Marcelo S. Galiga, complainant versus Punong Barangay Jericho Goldmar Ibabacol, Barangay number 17, respondent for willful failure to pay just debts, failure to attend to anyone who wants to avail himself, herself of the services of the office, operation and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. Dismissing the said case due to the complainant's lack of interest in pursuing his case. Committee sponsors, Committee on Ethics and Blue Ribbon, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
May I request that Councilor Joey Abu be recognized, Madam Chair?
Councilor Joey Abu, you recognize.
Clerk.
Thank you again, Madam Presiding Officer. I move for the approval of proposed resolutions number 2023-397 and 2023-398, Madam Presiding Officer.
And a second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading, Madam Chair.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 5, proposed ordinance number 2023-221, changing the nomenclature of the vacant position Assistant City Assessor 2, item number 3, SG24 to City Government Assistant Department Head 2, SG24 in the plantilla of the Office of the City Assessor, the city to comply with Section 13 of the Civil Service Commission, Memorandum Circular number 12, Series of 2022 entitled 2022 Guidelines and Standard on the establishment of organizational structure and staffing patterns in local government units. May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Balaba be recognized.
Councilor Girly Balaba, you recognize.
Yes, I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2023-221.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 6.
Item 6, proposed ordinance number 2023-222, appropriating the sum of 93,147 pesos and 28 centavos from the item Personal Services Salary Savings under item number 6, Administrative Assistant 2, item number 4, Administrative Aid 4, and item number 16, Administrative Aid 6 for the period January 1 to February 28, 2023 in the 2023 annual budget of the City Health Insurance Office to be made available for the payment of the salary for December 1 to 31, 2022 of A. Mr. Vincent A. Salazar, Administrative Assistant 4 in the amount of 27,840 pesos. B. Ms. Maura O. Baguio, Administrative Assistant 2, 24,137 pesos and 68 centavos. C. Ms. Marvel B. Maningo, Administrative Aid 6, 21,677 pesos and 32 centavos. And D. Mr. John Ryan S. Reyes, Administrative Assistant 4, 19,491 pesos and 88 centavos, who were appointed as regular permanent plantilla personnel of the said office effective December 1, 2022. Sponsoring committees are Committee on Health, Nutrition and Health Insurance, Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani be recognized.
Councilor Lourdes Gaani, you recognize.
I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2023-222.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
On item 7, proposed ordinance number 2023-223, granting 1 grade salary increase from SG 17.8 to SG 18.8 to Ms. Bernardine B. Ocab, Nurse 3, City Health Office, the City, whose compulsory retirement will take effect on August 20, 2023, pursuant to Section 30 of RA 7305 or the Magna Carta for Public Health Workers, and for this purpose appropriating the sum of 14,013 pesos and 96 centavos from the item Personal Services Salary Savings under item number 2, City Health Officer 2 for the period January 10 to 14, 2023, and the 2023 annual budget of the said office to be made available for the payment of her 3-month salary differential. Committee sponsors, Committee on Health, Nutrition and Health Insurance, Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor George Gooking be recognized?
Councilor George Goking, you are recognized.
I see all the documents in order, Madam Chair. I move to approve the proposed ordinance number 2023-223.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading?
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
On item 8, proposed ordinance number 2023-224, authorizing Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Understanding with the International Mental Health Cooperation and Training Center, Taiwan, represented by its principal investigator, Dr. Chu Li Xiu, covering the cooperation of the parties in achieving various aims and objectives relating to the international mental health collaboration under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Committee sponsors, Committee on Health, Nutrition and Health Insurance, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Amy Rose Moreno be recognized as member
Councilor
of the
Amy
Committee on-
Rose Moreno, you are recognized.
I find that everything is in order. I move to approve proposed ordinance number 2023-224.
And the second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading, Madam Chair.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 9, proposed ordinance number 2023-225, authorizing Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro as donee, to enter into and sign the deed of donation with the National Meat Inspection Service as donor, represented by its Regional Director, Dr. Neoneth K. Agreda, covering the latter's donation of a one-story concrete structure with concrete perimeter fence and steel gate within the 800 square meter city-owned property located at the compound of the City Abattoir, Barangay Cugman, this city, which was previously occupied by the NMIS Regional Technical Office 10 through usufruct agreement with the city government under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Committee sponsors, Committee on Agriculture, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor J. Rua Pascual be recognized?
Councilor J. Pascual, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I move to approve proposed ordinance number 2023-225.
Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading?
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 10, proposed ordinance number 2023-226, authorizing Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro as donee, to enter into and sign the deed of donation with the Department of Public Works and Highways Unified Project Management Office, Flood Control Management Cluster as donor, represented by its Project Director Ramon A. Ariula III, covering the latter's donation of constructed facilities, structures for the use of the Pagatpat Resettlement Site, Phase 1, implemented under the Flood Risk Management Project for Cagayan de Oro River, FRIMP CDOR, Contract Package 3, Kauswagan, Carmen, Balolang, Nazaret, Makasandig, located in Sitio Pamalihi, Barangay Pagatpat, this city, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Committee sponsors are Committee on Public Works and Committee on Laws and Rules.
Madam Chair, may I request that Councilor John Michael Seno be recognized?
Councilor John Michael Seno, you're recognized.
Good afternoon once again, Madam Presiding Officer. I so move for the approval of the proposed ordinance number 2023-226.
Any second? I do not hear saying any second. Okay, good. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 11, proposed ordinance number 2023-227, approving the development permit of Josefina subdivision project located in Barangay Lumbia de City with an area of 15,500 square meters containing 193 lots, units under BP 220 Socialized Housing Project as applied for by the Jenson Land and Realty Development Corporation represented by Ms. Jennifer M. Chua, subject to the conditions imposed by the City Housing and Urban Development Department and the City Engineer's Office. Committee sponsors, Committee on Subdivision and Land Estate, and Committee on Laws and Rules.
I move, Mr. Chairman, for the approval of this proposed ordinance number 2023-227.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 12.
Item 12 is proposed ordinance number 2023-228, institutionalizing the City College of Cagayan de Oro, defining its powers and functions, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Committee sponsors, Committee on Education, and Committee on Laws and Rules. Attachments and draft of this ordinance is found in Appendix M.
May I request Councilor Daba to
Councilor Suset Daba, you're recognized.
sponsor this?
Madam Chair, considering that everything is in order, and I have also here an additional document from the Office of the City Budget, its certification on the availability of funds for the construction and construction and operations of the City College in the amount of 110 million pesos. And we also have the favorable recommendation from the City Mayor's Office and from the City Legal's Office, Madam Chair. I therefore move to approve proposed ordinance number 2023-228.
Any second? Inquiry? Okay. So, Councilor Attorney James Judith, you recognize?
Yes, Madam Chair. Dako na akong pasalamat mo na nim tatong binakadako nga ligasiya nga matag sa katawan ang pagtukod sa dugay na nato nga pangandoy nga usa ka City College. Ako namang nabasa tanan, okay man. Ang ako lang is hangyo kang Konsehal Suset magtaas daba kung madumduman nimo si Konsehal Agaswan ug ako inyong ubos nga igsuon napoy among kagalingon nga bali nga bersyon kabay niini. Wala naman, ato naman itong na-incorporate, tanan. Pero ang ako lang ang issue, nakita na ko ang bahin sa pangalan kay generic kayo, City College of Cagayan de Oro, posible unya magka-issue ta sa proprietary rights sa pangalan sa Cagayan de Oro College PINMA or COC PINMA. So ako, di pa pwede nga matuis or matweak lang na to gamay kabahin sa pangalan, kaya nakita na ko, kana man kung gusto mo ingong Cagayan de Oro College, maski bali-balion pa nimo City College ug Cagayan de Oro, maigo gyapon ang COC PINMA nga adunay proprietary right sa pangalan nga Cagayan de Oro College. Gani kung mabantayan ang pagpalit bali ni PINMA sa COC, imbis gusto nila alisdan nagpabilin gyapon ang COC tungod sa goodwill nga nahimo na nini sa katuigan. Ang ako lang kana lang kung mahimo sa pangalan, pwede ba nato madugangan na by appendage or pwede ba nato i-hispanize or pwede ba nato ipamantasan? Matod pa sa sugyot po ni Konsehal Agaswan o katong sa ato po nga kolehiyo di Cagayan de Oro. Daghang
Yes.
salamat.
Would you like to make a comment, Councilor Suset Daba?
Madam Chair, yes. Madam Chair, actually, there's already a go signal from CHED about the name for the City College, and this is what the technical working group has agreed upon. That's why this is already This name is already final, Madam Chair, as discussed by the members of the Tactical Working Group. We cannot name it as Pamantasan because Pamantasan means university. And we cannot jump from college to Pamantasan because we have to start as a city college, Madam Chair.
What are you referring? Is that ng duplication sa name?
Yes, inani dili man ingon nga pamantasan mo man tong version ni Consel Agaswan. Napoy akong kagalingon katong Kolehiyo di Cagayan de Oro. Ang ako is naalam kay posible nakita nako, Madam Chair, ang nag-iya sa pangalan nga Cagayan de Oro College.
Asa man?
Is ang COC.
Okay.
COC ang
So
nag-iya, Madam
this
Chair.
has to be...
Dili ka maingon, maski maingon pa si Ched nga nanay go signal, pero ang nag-iya sa pangalan is COC, PINMA. We need the approval or consent ni PINMA. Nga, naay medyo mag-duplication. Wala ko na.
Kana, what's ako kay Balo?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Probably you can try to check with that.
Yes, actually, Madam Chair, it's totally different because there's the name FINMA. And then it is City College of Cagayan de Oro, not Cagayan
Basi
de Oro
FINMA,
College.
specific.
City
then
College, when you say-
Cagayan de Oro.
When we say
So nga to is only Cagayan de Oro City College.
City College of Cagayan de
Cagayan de
Oro.
Oro.
So it means it is funded by the city government because it is city college.
Ang ila lang na FINMA.
Ang ilan ay FINMA, pero baliktad, Madam Chair, Cagayan de Oro College,
Okay.
tapos FINMA.
Okay, yes.
It's just, mapaka ko lang.
Kadya. Okay, we will look into that matter. Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, then Councilor Jabaday.
Gusto daw mag-co-author si Councilor James. I guess that was the
Ha?
that was the proposal. Anyway, just a semantics, Madam Presiding Officer. In our proposed title is institutionalizing. When we say institutionalizing, it meant to be that there is already an existing organization or institution that we are institutionalizing. In other words, we are just continuing and we manifest through a declaration, through the enactment of a proposed measure that we institutionalize the existing. That's a semantic meaning. Although it can be used, but to me, it's a total differentiation of establishing. Or we operationalize, but establishing is a proper word. So it would be up to the proponent if we amend the title itself, because the impression there for the readership is there is already an existing. And because of that, it has been existing for several, perhaps months, years, decades, and it's only up to now that we organize this formally, the City College of Cagayan de Oro. But we know for a fact that this is the first time. So it should not be institutionalizing. It should be establishing.
Okay, thank you very much. Wait, Councilor Roger Baday, yes, you are recognized.
In addition to Councilor Nakaya's manifestation, now this ordinance has passed a series of committee meetings, no? And there are several changes. No? That proposal of Councilor James has done should have been done before before this ordinance brought out for approval today. So dapat dito pa ni sa committee. But now we are about to approve. I think it will take time and we will go back to the beginning. So I think the title or the heading of the ordinance, I think is proper for us to approve, Madam Chair.
Yes, Councilor, okay, una lang ha. Councilor, Majority for Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, according to age. Sige na. Ayalin, no comment. I have comment. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I think the names there is not misleading because the Cagayan City College of Cagayan de Oro is different Cagayan de Oro College. You know, Madam Chair, what is important is we have to establish this college. names can be changed anytime. What is important is we should start now by establishing this, it is not delay.
Okay.
Kana bitong Jarbura Hospital, kinato, Jarbura Memorial Hospital, karon may Jarbura General Hospital, daga kay ngalan, nga naman, si Councilor Dasir, kinato, hindi ko nga, kuhaan ng memorial kay patay ka na yan, gimay. Purdakan man kayo nga mga hospital nga memorial. So, yun na. Pero
Okay.
but, you know, names can be changed later.
Okay.
But what is important is the meat of this ordinance that we should approve now.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Attorney Joey Abu, you're recognized.
Thank you again, Madam Presiding Officer. I just have to, this is actually a laudable step for us to take in the city government for the establishment of the city college. No? Para nagtay kagalingon na itong skwilan. I just read the ordinance as well, and even if I may be allowed, Madam Presiding Officer, to address two questions to the proponent for clarification and educational purposes. In the previous meeting, I wasn't present on this, but I have read the minutes as well, which is attached in the agenda. That my first question is there a feasibility study of the courses offered already? Because in the committee hearing, Dr. Miriam Fuentes recommended its inclusion in the feasibility studies, kung nabay feasibility studies sa mga courses offered. And that one of the requirements as well, prior to the CHED endorsement to the central office for institutional recognition, there should also be a feasibility study why there is a need to have a local higher education in the area. And second question is just that also in the committee hearing, Dr. Abraham Morong also stated that the ordinance shall state the temporary site of the city college in the ordinance. Naman lugar hinuon po din na. And when the permanent site will be available, it will then be later on amended kung asa manggani. In the ordinance, there are 4 areas where the city college will be established. Dansulihon, Kauswagan, sa Tungdua, kalimut na ko atong dua, Perto, and the other one. There are 4 barangays, Agusan, nga i-establish ang city college. So, does this mean if we magsugod ta, because according to the resource speaker during the committee hearings, dapat natay one location. And in this proposed ordinance, bulag-bulag pa siya. So, pagsugod na to, bulag-bulag pa ang campus. And if so, do we have, on the part of the LGU, are we also considering an area where maisan yun sila later on so that we can amend the ordinance? That's all, Madam Director.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilor Suset Daba, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, no, it's okay. Madam Chair, first I would like to answer the proposed amendment of Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya. Actually, from the original draft, we actually used the word establishing the city college, not institutionalizing. But after the committee meeting, the members of the technical working group allocated one whole day at the office of CHED to finalize the drafting of the ordinance. Now, as per their last conversation with CHED, CHED used the term institutionalized. But then I've actually contacted Ms. Marbs Trinidad and asked her to call CHED because, almost half of the provisions of the ordinance, Madam Chair, proposed ordinance, are actually provided by CHED. So, siguro around 15 pages, si CHED nag-provide because they require the said provisions to be present here in the said ordinance. Now, upon calling, Madam Chair, they have no objection if we use the word establishing. So, I have no objection to the amendment made by Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya for the use. Because originally, if we observe the favorable recommendation from the City Legal's Office and the City Mayor's Office, they use the word establishing. So, no objection to the amendment made. Now, with regards to the question asked by Councilor Joey Abu, if there was a feasibility study, yes, we actually have a feasibility study. No, we even used the Survey Monkey tool. And then we have actually 4,544 respondents. And from grades 10, grade 12 from DepEd, public school students, and also IELTS learners, technical vocational trainees, City Hall employees, and industries. So, so far with the survey, Madam Chair, 95.45% answered there's a need for the City College to be established in the city of Cagayan de Oro. And for the industries, 95% also. And for City Hall employees, giapil nato, 91.67% answered yes. Now, with the course offerings during the committee meeting, no, actually during the survey, we also asked for the courses or programs that should be offered. But then, of course, we asked CHED, DepEd, and DOLE, and NEDA on what are the in-demand and hard-to-fill positions. And we are thankful to DOLE for providing us with jobs and labor market forecasts. So here on page 150, we have enumerated possible programs and courses that will be offered. But if you observe for letters A, B, and C, there's always other undergraduate programs as deemed necessary. So muna lang siya atong initial offerings, Madam Chair, no? Wala pa board, for a start, Madam Chair. And with regards to the location, of course, after the committee meeting, which was held the other month, Madam Chair, the members of the technical working group discussed this with CHED, no? If it's okay to indicate the location, because the main campus is located in Barangay Dansulihon, and we are thankful to the IPs for donating 60 hectares for the school campus. Now, with the approval of the ordinance, there's going to be a transition from Cagayan de Oro Technical Vocational Institute of becoming a city college, of which we already have a campus in Barangay Agusan, and then we will have it also in Barangay Kauswagan, and the property which was donated by Xavier University in Barangay Puerto. So, dili raman siya puro CHED programs, no? We also offer ladderized programs. So we have degree programs accredited by CHED, and we also offer technical vocational education and training qualifications from TESDA. And we have special trainings, kaning micro certificates or on emergent technologies such as artificial intelligence, which is already ongoing, Madam Chair. We are training around 13 out of school youths, Madam Chair, for AI.
Okay, thank you. Is there any entrance exam for this?
Madam Chair, there will be another technical working group for the implementing rules and regulations. Yes, Madam Chair.
For me, I hope none. Okay?
But our target, Madam Chair, is actually those coming from the hinterland barangays. Because
so that they can be accommodated.
Yes, the very reason why the IPs donated 60 hectares so that their children will be prioritized.
Yes. Thank you very much, Councilor Suset Daba. So this is a very good ordinance. Hopefully, will give enlightenment to our students, especially in hinterland. They will be given a chance to be educated. Okay, let's proceed. Majority Floor Leader.
May I request that all members of the
Manlas?
City Council be co-authors of this ordinance?
Okay, sige. Any second? Any objection? As amended.
As amended.
As amended. Okay. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move for inclusion, Madam Chair, items 13 to 16. 18,
So 13, okay.
so Turks, 13
To 18?
to 13 to 18.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 13 is proposed resolution number 2023-399, electing Councilor Amy Rose P. Moreno as additional member of the Committee on Trade and Commerce, further amending for the purpose resolution number 14200-2022 or the 28th City Council Committee composition. Proponent is Councilor George S. Goking, Chair of the Committee on Trade and Commerce.
Yes,
May I
Councilor
support, Madam
George
Chair?
Goki, you recognize?
I find no problem with the proposed resolution number 2023-399. I move for the approval.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 14 is proposed resolution number 2023-400, electing councilors Jose Pepe S. Abu Jr., Ivona Yasini B. Imano, and Christian Rostico M. Achas as members of the Committee on Energy, further amending for the purpose resolution number 14200-2022 or the 28th City Council Committee composition. Proponent is Councilor Agapito Heriberto Swan, Chairperson of the Committee on Energy.
May I request Councilor Swan to be recognized?
Councilor Agapito Suwan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to approve said resolution.
Any second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 15, proposed resolution number 2023-401, commending and congratulating Engineer Garrett Wilkinson Ching Sia, Cagayanon, for ranking first in the Civil Engineers Licensure Examination held last April 2023, thereby giving honor and pride to Cagayan de Oro City, its officials and residents. Proponent, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Rodriguez.
And all members.
All members of the City Council.
And can we please, can we have this amend a little bit? So there's, he graduated from Oro Christian School.
Subject to styling.
Okay, subject for styling. Okay, any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 16, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando Oy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement MOA with the Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental, represented by Honorable Governor Peter M. Onabia, covering the detail of Mr. Chrysostom A. Kailing, Supervising Administrative Officer of the City General Services Office, the City, to the Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Move for its approval.
Second. Sorry.
Okay.
Councilor Roger Abaday, you're recognized.
Clarificatory matter. I am wondering what is the how important is this person that he is paid by the government? So may scale na anong ito man siya assign sa provincial government and the city is paying for his services. Sa man si Juan ay so may abilidad na Christensen Kailing. Why is it that he is detailed in MISOR, provincial government? And so may use na so may special skill na ito magiging siya i-detail. Tapos, the city government will be the one still paying his services.
Madam Chair, this is the detail, Madam Chair. This is a request from Governor Onabia.
Yeah. Coming from where?
From Mayor.
Yeah, coming from the mayor. An endorsement?
There's endorsement here. You want to question the mayor?
I'm just asking, what's the importance
So
of
this
this
is
person?
the legal, pag-detail, pwede na?
The executive,
With consent of the mayor. Ah, okay. Who can answer who this person is?
can we see personally this person? Could that be
Okay.
also?
Okay, yes, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya. Wala mo yung nakiwa ko mo kaila.
He's a friend to a friend and to a friend to a friend. And therefore, the friendship
Blossom.
was built up. And that's a joke. Anyway, liberty aside, Madam Presiding Officer. This will pass review the civil service rules, and that is why I was opening the discussion in the previous where we first taken this proposal on the secondment, because I would like to think that once this ordinance will be submitted to the civil service, it will not pass its approval because we have omnibus rules on civil service. In other words, all the works and functions of every employee and the governance and public administration of civil personnel will have to be presumed to be within the purview of the law on the rules. It's just not thick. I've read because I have had one subject on this matter, Madam Presiding Officer, during my master's degree. That's why I have I am privy to this discussion. So if the City Legal Office will not find this secondment procedure and its rules, I also offered in the previous discussion, in the previous session, that the remedy is the City Council. We cannot join any irregular activity because we are a legislative branch. We make law, we make rules, and we know that there are irregular proposal. It's not illegal because we can do memorandum of agreement, but if we do not use secondment, it would not, to my mind, it would not pass approval, the civil service. So in other words, it would be returned to the City Council for amendment and updating of our measure. So if the chair of the laws and rules would agree, let it be that this would be in a form of a memorandum of agreement, but in the title we should put secondment measure between the city of Cagayan de Oro and the province of Misamis Oriental on the employee, the name of the employee. Then let it pass through all the provisions as stated, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
This is quite, it's not really a controversial issue because employees can be assigned. That's discretionary on the part of the executive department. And we have here the legal opinion of City Legal, which says that it's not secondment, because if secondment, then that will be transferring the giving of the salary to the provincial government. That is the secondment means. Like for example, when Dr. Moreno was assigned, assigned on that basis of secondment here in the city hospital. It is the city government that pays for his salary, not anymore the provincial government. But this is a detail. A detail means perhaps we do not know. Maybe this person will be studying something there in the provincial capital, and there is a limit to this. This is not perpetual. The law says it cannot be more than 3 years with the consent of the appointee. or the assignee. If it is if there is no consent, then it can be 6 months only. So mura na ang ako. So Madam Chair, I move for the approval, and if there is an objection, we will vote.
Yes, Councilor Romeo Calizo, you recognize?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Just, I'm just interested in this discussion. What if there's no MOA? And I'd like, we have our legal experts here. What if there's no MOA? And the detail of Mr. Kailing to Misamis Oriental Provincial Government, just be informal. What's the repercussion of this? Do we
Kung
have
wala'y
any
MOA?
legal? No MOA. And there's just an informal understanding.
Let me also, because I am not familiar.
Because I have had knowledge about some personnel being detailed somewhere without MOA anymore. What
Yeah,
happens
that
if
is
there's
true.
no
That
MOA,
is
Madam?
true because we've been hearing detailing of employees, but there's no MOA. So, what makes this
Importante,
different?
Yeah.
Other agency nagi MOA, not within city.
Okay, because I've got to understand it, because I've heard some personnel, maybe, siguro, even now, there are some personnel who are detailed in other government agencies
Without MOA.
without a MOA. So what happens now if there's no MOA, Madam Chair? So we have our legal experts. Is this really important if this happens to some other personnel, Madam Chair? Yeah.
Okay. So, Sir Torch is required by the civil service? Okay. So, are you satisfied? Did somebody answer? Yes. Okay. Majority Floor Leader, Edgar Cabanlas?
So there is no objection.
No objection? No comment? No,
Oh.
Pero nakita na ko ang but pasabot ni Konsela Baday nga lagi okay naaman na sa atong pamalaod gitugutan sa civil service pero ang iya lang is naintriga siya nakakabig sa iyang pagtagad nga kinsa kiti si Mr. Crisos tong kailing di ba nato pwede makita mao siguro nang but pasabot ni Konsela
Kanada yung gipang detail. Nakita ba din nato?
Dili sa kanila kay paingon man dito sa
Daghan gipang detail.
sa Kapitolyo man.
Ha?
Madam Chair, sa Kapitolyo man good. Oh.
Okay, kung Kapitolyo,
Sa akong pagsabot.
ang uban, lain ba yung agency pang detail ba yan, sad? Kita ka.
Sige. Oh.
So, the detailing, it's very, very common for me, a common word that is being implemented in the city. So, your question now, because from the city to the MISOR, and who is this person? Are all detailed persons, we need to know them?
Madam Chair, dili, ikabalo man ta nga sa pagsigkapareha ra baling nga buhatan or buta na to dinira sa City Hall, dili na nato kinahanglan gyud bali or sa lain pa nga departamento. Pero kani magud isigka LGU, busa bitaw kinahanglan na undercover General Calizo no kanang sa MOA. Pero ang siguro sa akong pagsabot lang unsa gyud ang tumong ni Konsela Bada is lahi nga local government unit Cagayan de Oro o lalawigan sa Misamis Oriental. sa iya, sa ako lang
The
gihubat
majority
ang
Floor
pasabot ni
Leader
Konsela
is detailing not only limited to city, sa Balaod.
Detailing is, if it is within the city government.
Okay.
then
But
there
it
is
going
no need-
to MISOR.
You don't have to ask permission from the city council. But
Yeah.
because this detailing.
Precisely why we ask permission.
They are
But
asking
still, it is
permission.
within the boundary of law,
Yes.
legality of the...
Because if it is not required by law,
Yeah.
then they should not have asked our.
walay MOA,
Oh.
no?
But I think this is a requirement of the Civil Service Commission.
Okay.
That there must be a MOA. So,
Okay.
can we just allow this to, because this is, I think, a political agreement or whatever, we do not know.
Is there any objection?
Madam Chair, because my concern is whatever happens is still the responsibility of the city government, this person, no? Now, I am moving, Mr. Chair, if this will be clarified first before we have to approve this ordinance.
No, this has been referred to, this has been deferred already and referred to the city legal office. Oh, 1 week na. 1 week na. Nakaroon ato na siya nang i-delay. Magsaba lang kung di gusto kaya ato. Ato naman yung i-refer sa city legal. Because if we will defer this,
To whom? What is
ask
the
our
recommendation
opinion.
of the city legal office? Diba?
Yan lagi.
Kanang,
Nag-attach niya.
okay, na may kwan sa city legal, so let us ano.
Okay.
If you want to object, then we will divide the house. Those who wants to object,
So, abstain. One
or
abstention.
abstain. So, let us proceed.
Move to approve,
Majority
Madam Chair. I said already.
Okay, second? Objection? Abstain? Abstain. Councilor Roger Abaday. Kinsa pailain? Wala na?
Wala na.
Okay, let's proceed. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading, Madam Chair.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 17 is proposed ordinance number 2023-229, amending ordinance number 14299-2022 entitled, an ordinance authorizing the Honorable City Mayor through the City Legal Officer to initiate the filing of expropriation proceedings of the portion of the property owned by the Romblon Torres family, Rochelle Torres Romblon, Victor Manuel B. Torres, and Martha I. Lucero, located in Macapaya, Upper Camaman, the city, for road purposes in case of failure of negotiation thereof, and for this purpose appropriating so much amount equivalent to the 10% of the assessed value of the property from any available sources of fund as certified to by the local finance committee to be made available as court deposit and filing fee for the issuance of writ of possession therefore, so as to change the amount of the court deposit and filing fee stated therein from 10% to 15%. Proponent is Councilor James K. Judith II.
Boss and all members of the council as co-proponents. Madam Chair, I move that proposed ordinance number 2023-229 be approved.
You were not called yet. You did not call him yet. This is not recognized by majority. Oh, you signal only like that. Okay, majority floor leader, please recognize.
We will reenact, Madam Chair. We will reenact.
He's doing like that only.
He is much faster than me.
Okay, go. Proceed. Okay, recognize majority. Minority
May I
floor
request
leader.
that Councilor Judith be recognized.
Okay. Ayaw mong sinya-sinya sa'yo. Katalikod lang gani ko. Okay. Okay.
Madam Chair.
Minority floor leader. Attorney General, you recognize. Yes,
Madam
please.
Chair, thank you, Madam Chair. Okay. Madam Chair, I moved, and all members of the council, Boss Turks. Okay. Madam Chair, I move that proposed ordinance number 2023-229 be approved.
Any second? Objection? Query. Councilor Michael Johnson, you recognized?
Good afternoon once again, Madam Presiding Officer. Mungutan na lang ko ani Madam Presiding Officer ha. Why is it that we need to increase from 10% to 15%? Because I have not seen any attachments to it. Sorry for that.
Okay, who would like to answer? Sige, come on doon. Sige lang mo yung nana.
I am yielding to Councilor Judith.
Okay, Councilor Attorney General Judith, recognize.
Actually, kanisa ang ordinance na aprobahan naman. So, ikaw nang tanga na mag-isibok ato lugar amendahan na ay uminto gikan sa 10% ngadto sa 15% kay dili day makalihok ang sa ato lugar batbaan ni pag atong gipalo up para mapatuman na ang mga ordinansa nga inyong naaprobahan sa niagi nga konseho. Nag-ingon gyud mismo ang korte o ang City Engineer's Office, dili sila makalihok, apil na po ang rekomendasyon sa City Legal nga kulang daw kay nausab na kuno ang requirement sa korte gikan sa 10% kinala na 15% para makalihok. Mao na ang requirement. So that's why ang ako lang gihimo sa pag-usab lang kay para makalihok na ang City Engineer's Office sa pag-expropriate sa maong dalan diha o yuta diha sa may Makapaya.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney James Judith. Yes?
My next question is that have we already contacted the landowners for this initial talks? Kaya why we need to proceed with the how do you call this one? Expropriation proceedings if the owner would like to sell the property.
No.
Para nga dili na pud madugay. That's my question now.
Okay, Councilor, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Edgar Cabalas, yes?
We tried to negotiate with the landowner for many years.
Yes, dugay na siya, dugay na gid na.
Di good, gahi gigayo.
Ha?
Gahi gigayo. So, mo kana nga nag-recommend kita dito sa City Legal to initiate these expropriation proceedings.
Okay.
But before the expropriation proceedings can be filed in court, the City Legal Office, that is the duty of the City Legal Office, not the City Council, to talk again to the landowner. That's the law.
Okay.
Before, so that is why if there is failure of negotiation, then that's the time that we file it.
Okay. Okay ra, Councilor? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the answer, Madam Presiding Officer. I am
Okay.
enlightened.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Ayan Magdakaya?
Kulang teleskopyo. Anyway, thank you very much, Councilor James Judith. Actually, the first was authored by the previous City Council. And the amendment now states the better version. And may we then ask that maybe we can channel it through either the Secretary or the Chair of the Laws and Rules if we have done the same to Bugo. When we enacted the original ordinance on the expropriation for this area, we also enacted another intention to expropriate in Bugo between Puerto, I think that's Gaisano adjacent to Barangay Bugo. I do not know if we have already considered the same action, and maybe perhaps we can request Councilor James Judith to also sponsor. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Magdakaya. Yes?
Okay na.
Okay, thank you.
Move to approve.
Second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 18, Turks.
Number 18 is proposed resolution number 2023-402, designating Mr. James Patrick Rosales Santos of the Cagayan de Oro Technical Vocational Institute, CDO TVI, Cagayan de Oro City, Philippines, as ambassador of goodwill to Australia on the occasion of his travel thereto as one of the selected participants to the ASEAN Digital Transformation and Future Skills Initiative short course, sponsored by the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, authorizing him to observe education programs and projects thereat that can be replicated in Cagayan de Oro City, and highly appreciating whatever assistance and courtesy extended to him with respect to and in furtherance of his trip or mission under this resolution. Proponents, Councilor Josette Mactaas Daba, and all members.
Move unanimously and seconded unanimously for the approval of this committee, of this ordinance.
And a second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other matters to take up, move to adjourn.
Session adjourned. God bless us all. 5 o'clock. Wait, James.